Hello and welcome to my channel, where we wander through inspiration, ideas, and interpretations. Today, we're in Canada's Pacific Northwest on Vancouver Island. We're going to travel from Duncan to Ladysmith, which is the home to Pamela Anderson, on the pursuit of paint and happiness. The Cowichan Valley, a place where the gentle scent of ocean air mingles with the deep, earthy perfume of the forest. And here, near Duncan, stands STONEHILL House, which is not merely a house. It's a meditation in masonry that got seriously ghosted.
It's cool.
Go in, cool.
STONEHILL House, or STONEHILL Farm, is an abandoned mansion. It was once a grand estate started by a lumber baron named Carlton Stone, a man whose money smelled like cedar and sawdust. He championed William Morris, who led the British arts and crafts movement of the late 19th century. Artistic handcraft detailed nature-inspired patterns like textiles and wallpaper, honest expression of structure, medieval influences, and colorful interiors. His son, however, Norman, embraced a more 20th century approach made popular by architects like Frank Lloyd Wright, who adopted arts and crafts' respect for nature, unity of design, and simple forms, but reinterpreted them for lavish modern living with unique features like an indoor pool. Was Norman just thumbing his nose at his dad's old money vibes, or was he just building on a new voice? Either way, he finished the family's flex monument of dominion over the forest with concrete and swagger, enough to make any father proud.
Careful! I see some foam down there. What's down there?
Are you gonna go swimming? You go for a dip?
There's probably no water. Careful, we don't want to get to the bottom because then you might not be able to. Bruh, that's not even how you spell dog.
Although the very mid-century modern house gave life for only around 50 years, the family eventually sold it off. Because, of course, what good is a dream house if you have to deal with the municipality and a road access issue? What do you think their signature cocktail was?
Gimlet?
A gimlet. The property was left open and subsequently became a magnet for every bored kid and amateur thief in the valley, picking its skeleton clean, a ruin on the valley's edge. A once sacred space, now reduced to roadkill on the historical highway. A well-known spot for urban exploration, or as the locals call it, that abandoned mansion where the people post questionable TikToks.
You can tell that there was a window here because this bit's a bit boarded up and there's glass all shattered here. And the pool!
This is so cool. How are we going to look it up to find out more about it?
Look up STONEHILL Mansion.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, is that a
Like,
Minecraft?
pretend this is your YouTube channel and you...
Abandoned is because there may have, I think that there was a murder mystery here.
Whoa.
I was like, she's like,
But the traveler, the poet, the person who doesn't have to clean up the mess, sees the rebirth. Artists, armed with spray cans, have taken this found object, this discarded piece of generational wealth, and reinterpreted its meaning. They've overlaid the rigidity of the past with the fluid, defiant voice of the present. They have turned a symbol of capital into a public gallery of transient, vibrant expression. The house is no longer dead. It's collaborative, breathing a piece of art itself like a giant, very stable mood board. This brings us to the profound question: when do you know that an artwork is finished? For the current art upon the stone, the answer is elusive. It's never finished. It's a process. The graffiti washes away, or it's painted over, only to inspire a new layer tomorrow. The house is perpetually being remade, possibly in violation of several municipal bylaws. Yet even this dynamic, ever-changing canvas faces its ultimate frontier. The land beneath its foundation is proposed for redevelopment. The market, the relentless tide of progress that Daddy Stone himself mastered, now circles his legacy like a vulture with an architectural degree. The site will certainly continue to be a changing artwork. The earth will be reshaped, new buildings will rise, made from new materials, and the story of this prime location will forever be rewritten. But the question that hangs in the crisp Cowichan air, a fragile whisper against the sound of construction, is this: will the house remain? What does that say?
Penis? Hairy penis? I can see stairway and graffiti.
Yeah, people have definitely been in there.
So much graffiti in the stairwell right there.
What do you see?
Whoa.
Lots of shining light in the stairwell, and all the walls are taken out, and lots of graffiti.
I think I have an idea. What if I ask for a drone for next Christmas, and we can just come back up here and fly it through one of the holes in this place?
Love it.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna do that.
Will this anchor of stone, this mid-century memory, be preserved and integrated into the new landscape? Or will the ultimate final stroke of its evolving artwork be the moment the house itself meets a wrecking ball, leaving only the memory of its shadow on the earth, and maybe a few very old, cursed, haunted pool tiles? May the answer be kinder than the question. May the stone be spared its final undoing.
Guys, let's go check out
You change your mind?
The uncertainty of Stonehill House's fate, its perpetual state of becoming, decaying, and being redefined, brings us back to that singular profound query. How do you know when an artwork is really finished? For the graffiti artist, perhaps the work is finished when the can runs dry, or when the police arrive. But for the landscape painter, working to capture a moment of permanence, the answer lies in a different kind of discipline, the discipline to stop. Watch as I try to capture the essence of a more natural scene, a scene nearby, a waterfall where I marry dense stone, delicate foliage, and fluid water. I lay down the rock, heavy and enduring, using shapes to build texture. I have to find the geological shape, knowing that every stroke defines the stone's character. Next, timber and delicate foliage, almost accidental structures of the trees. I move myself to paint away from painting thousands of needles or leaves, and exercise the discipline to suggest, not slavishly render, every single one. And the water. It's all about capturing light and movement. Here I kind of want to blur or blend and use high contrast. The motivation is to make it splash and rush. But really, the final stroke of white foam is often the stroke that completes the feeling of wetness. Pretty luxurious today. I have a hot tea. I have a platform to stand on at the bottom of some pretty icy steps. But, I mean, what more could you ask for? Karina and Zorro have gone exploring. I imagine they're checking on me from one of these perches up here. And then we'll go find something else. Frosty. Very frosty. I'm going to link my favorite plein air gear in the details. I might get a commission on some of them, but that doesn't affect what you pay to buy any of these items that I recommend. And if you're in the market for some in-depth painting tutorials, comment "Inspire Me" below to be notified when I have some ready for you.
Did you find little mushrooms? Really? Little mushrooms.
The question I always ask is not about how to fill the space. It's about achieving the maximum possible effect in an economy of brushstrokes. The agony of the final stroke is a silent internal war for us artists. It's the point where technical skill dissolves into sheer psychological pressure. The artist stands paralyzed, with the brush hovering, because finishing means declaring the work done. A definitive, irreversible statement. One that I hope that STONEHILL House never has to make. But the landscape painter working en plein air, which is French for outdoors, faces an accelerated deadline. We have to master the discipline of stopping while simultaneously overcoming 3 relentless components. Number 1, the light. The sun moves quickly. What was a soft shadow 10 minutes ago is now a sharp line, completely altering the composition. The painter must seek the essence of the light, not its transient reality, and work with the incredible speed before the scene changes entirely. Number 2, the weather motivates resilience. Frosty fingers, a cloudburst, or a damp wind can force a retreat. You must motivate yourself to anchor at your easel, protect your work, and maintain focus against nature's indifference to you. 3, the discipline of isolation. Against an unexpected audience. Someone will stop and ask, "What are you painting?" And the artists discipline themselves to politely acknowledge the interruption, then immediately recenter, protecting the fragile concentration required for the final details. And then there's the fear of failure, the dread that this last mark will reveal a fatal flaw that can't be fixed. But deeper than that is the fear of success and the fear of loss. Meaning, the intimate conversation between the creator and the creation is over. The work will no longer be a well of infinite potential, but a fixed object, subject to the cold, definitive judgment on if it's in fact a work of art or if it's roadkill. The angst is the resistance to letting go, the desperate wish to hold the work in that perfect, unfinished state where it's still malleable, still hopeful, and still entirely the artist's own. The final stroke isn't technical, it's psychological. And that, in art and in life, is perhaps the hardest stroke of all to make. If you enjoyed this video, please do what you need to do, like, subscribe to be notified of new videos as they come out. The next one, we are going to be traveling from Vancouver Island to one of the small Gulf islands called Galliano and explore around there a bit for inspiration and some painting demos. See you over there.